Hundreds of students apply to Vancouver's newest school. Learn the school's focus, what makes it different, and its name. Plus, a Vancouver elementary school leads the state in green learning. And in our In the Know Snapshot, meet Barbara Hammond, Hough Elementary's go-to lady. For the first time in years, Vancouver Public Schools is set to open a brand new school. Hello and welcome to In the Know. I'm Chad Young. The school will open in September of this year, and now it has a name. It will be called Vancouver iTech Preparatory. The name is a reflection of the type of curriculum at the school, which will focus on STEM. That's science, technology, engineering, and math. Not only will the types of lessons be a bit different, the way in which they're taught will change too.
It's a wonderful opportunity for our students.
Associate Superintendent Mike Strom is focused. He's helping create Vancouver Public Schools' new STEM school to be called Vancouver iTech Preparatory. It's a shift from traditional classroom curriculum.
Students aren't learning mathematics or science in discrete periods of time separate from one another, but that we're looking at those standards and those areas where we bridge content.
That means giving students project-based work that incorporates science, technology, engineering, and math with other subjects like art, English, and social studies.
The environment at Vancouver iTech Preparatory is going to be different.
To get students and teachers ready for something new, a lot of work needs to be done.
That culture and climate will be key in terms of being able to move to and achieve what we want to achieve.
To get there, the district has asked Columbia River High School principal Christina Eiermonger to lead the new school and set the right tone.
I think my key role is developing the culture the first year, making sure that everyone feels safe, comfortable in the environment, in the learning, and that there is rigorous learning happening.
Eventually, Vancouver iTech Preparatory will host students in grades 6 through 12, but in the first year, it will have only grades 6, 7, 9, and 10. As a magnet school, it will be much smaller than other public schools.
Well, my hope is that the culture of the school is very family feel. So they come in, they know all the other students, they know the faculty well, they know the administration. Our parents are involved in this school from ground up in every way possible.
Interest in the school is high. More than 1,800 people attended open house events for the school, and more than 650 students applied for admission.
It really is nice to see that our community looks for different opportunities and is not afraid to ask the tough questions. And I think this is an opportunity that our students are going to enjoy and is going to be supportive of the community needs.
With students clamoring to get in, the district is optimistic that Vancouver iTech Preparatory will be a success.
Well, it's nice to see students excited in learning, and when students are excited about their learning and engaged and they really want to be there, then we truly see great learning taking place.
As we mentioned, the STEM school will combine middle and high schoolers. For the first year, the school will be broken up into 2 campuses. Middle schoolers will be housed at the Jim Parsley Center on Falk Road, just south of SR 500. The high school program will be in the Clark College building on the campus of WSU Vancouver. Although it's not clear exactly when or where, the plan is to bring the 2 campuses together within the first few years of the program. A question posed by many parents has been, why this kind of school? The answer is simple. Our economy demands more skilled workers in science, math, and technological fields. One of the key planners of the new school, Todd Horenstein, explains.
It's a way to connect the education piece to what the industry really requires or is looking for to stay local. Go to the Clark College, go to WSU and get a high quality STEM related education and then stay within our local community in a STEM field and not feel like they have to move away to find those job opportunities. So we're trying to build that capacity regionally as well through this project.
As Todd alluded to, Clark College and WSU Vancouver are already on board. In fact, students can earn up to a year of college credit while still in high school. The school district is also working on partnerships with local high-tech businesses to give students real-world experiences. There's a lot of work to be done between now and the school's first day. In mid-March, the district is holding a lottery to determine which students will be accepted. A proportional amount of students from each zip code will be selected so that kids from every part of the district are represented. Teachers for the school will be selected in mid-April and will begin intensive training to adjust to the project-based teaching techniques. The process of equipping the schools will mostly take place during the summer months, moving in desks, chairs, and computers. The opening of Vancouver iTech Preparatory is contingent on state funding of K-12 education. The state Supreme Court recently ruled that Washington is not fulfilling its constitutional duty to fund schools, and state leaders are working on ways to do that. However, the state is still facing a major financial shortfall, and that could affect this school. There will be some initial startup costs, but by reallocating current teachers and existing funding, the district believes the school will be a sound investment. The move to STEM education is happening elsewhere in Washington and across the country. Last year, as part of the planning process, the district hosted a symposium whose keynote speaker came from iTech High, a successful STEM program in California. She told us the key to building dynamic students is trust.
They are willing to take risks and try new things and work together with others and trust us a little when we do something a little bit different. And when they do that, they say, oh my goodness, I can do this.
The district will continue to support its other magnet programs, including the Science, Math, Technology Magnet at Skyview. You can get more information on Vancouver iTech Preparatory and the district's other magnet programs at www.vansd.org. We'll also have updates on the school's progress on In the Know throughout the rest of the school year. Now a follow-up to a story we first brought you in December. A Vancouver student is one of just 4 high schoolers from around the country to be named to the All-American Video Crew. Danielle Bayrudy, a senior at Columbia River, went on an all-expenses-paid trip to San Antonio to work on the All-American Bowl. It's a high school all-star football game. But it was no vacation. She was there to work. Not that she minded.
Oh, it was crazy. I mean, I love high school football games, but being in a stadium with, I think, 42,000 people in attendance, I was like, this is amazing. I'm that person on the field right now that I always see walking around. I'm like, wow, I want to be that guy. And I was down there, and it was so cool.
The contest was sponsored by Know, an industry leader in live video production. We've put together a behind-the-scenes look at Danielle's trip, along with a longer interview. If you're watching on Comcast, stay tuned after the show to see it. It's also on our YouTube page. Sacajawea Elementary is the first in the state to reach the Level 3 certification as a green school. Nick Vole explains what that means for students and for the environment.
The plastic goes in there.
At lunch, Sacajawea 5th grader Ileana digs around in the trash, and she's proud to do it.
I can make the world stay healthy.
Ileana is part of the school's Green Team, a collection of staff and students who are trying to make the school as environmentally friendly as possible. And they're succeeding. Through Washington's Green Schools initiative, Sacajawea has reached Level 3 certification and is the first school in the state to get there.
Most of our students and teachers have been really excited about making changes that they feel are positive and set a good example for our community.
First, Sacajawea started an energy patrol, training a student in each classroom to help maximize energy savings by turning off lights and unplugging unused devices. Second, they put an emphasis on recycling and composting in the lunchroom and elsewhere.
When I'm in the cafeteria, I put my food in the right places when I'm throwing it away. And when I have paper, I recycle it instead of throwing it away.
Then, they began a walking school bus program, cutting the number of kids who use fossil fuels to get to class.
Sacajawea is already a Level 3 school, but it wants to get to Level 4. In order to do that, it's going to start by addressing water issues here in its own backyard.
The Green Team plans to improve its swale, an area that handles runoff water from its parking lot, by putting in plants that will filter out pollutants from our groundwater. Teacher Meredith Gannon says the Green Team is a good way to build what she calls
environmental literacy.
It's also a new avenue to explore traditional subjects.
It is. We really try to integrate it into our curriculum at school. So when we look at our waste, we're doing waste audits where we measure and we weigh. We try to integrate math and science and social studies and writing and public speaking into all of our Green Team projects.
For the students, it's all about doing the right thing.
It It makes me feel good because then I know that I'm making a change in the world.
For In the Know, I'm Nick Vole.
The Green Team meets monthly. So far, it's helped to cut the school's energy bill by about 10%. A dream comes true for student athletes at Skyview High School. They've signed letters of intent to play sports in college next fall.
I'm Schaefer Statson and I'm signing to the University of Arizona.
All of the school's seniors who received scholarship offers took part in a special ceremony on National Signing Day. The group included athletes who play soccer, football, and other sports, and they were pleased they got to share the big moment.
I think it's pretty cool just because it's kind of like we're all supporting all the different sports, you know, too. And it kind of focuses, since it's at school, it's like student athlete, which is a big key part of it because all of us have to excel in the school or we wouldn't be getting the scholarships. So it's pretty cool.
Rebecca is going to Portland State to play soccer next year. Some of the other college destinations include Southern Oregon University, Arizona, Montana Tech, San Diego State, Central Washington, and the University of Portland. The main purpose of technology in the classroom is to serve as a tool for teachers to improve student learning. And that brings us to our We Learn story, where we explore how students are using technology to learn. Our We Learn correspondent, Mark Ray, shows us a tool so simple, it's surprising it's not used more often.
If you sit in front of the classroom, hearing the teacher is pretty easy. But the farther back you go, the harder it gets. And if you're sitting in the back of the classroom, this might be all you hear. Just like Charlie Brown. In second grade classrooms at Roosevelt Elementary, students and teachers have no trouble being heard. That's because they're using classroom amplification systems. They're basically just a couple of wireless microphones connected to a speaker. I know this doesn't sound fancy or complicated, and that's why it's so successful. It's simple, and it makes a difference in classrooms, and that's why teachers are embracing this technology.
And I was nervous about using it, so I didn't. And then the principal came in and said, you know, you have the equipment, why don't you give it a try? So I stuck it on, and it is, honestly, it's totally changed my life.
From a teacher's perspective, it means no more yelling or games to get students' attention.
A frustration level comes up as you raise your voice, and you know, you use some of the other techniques of clapping and envoy techniques and whatnot, but just having this, I'm much calmer even by the end of the day.
The system removes not only stress, but a physical side effect of teaching.
Because I mean, I remember as a child, all of my teachers, their voices were gone by October. That would never happen if they had this, because you're never raising your voice. You're never straining your vocal cords.
For students, it means always being able to follow the lesson.
The teacher's voice is heard from anywhere in the room. So even if I'm standing in the far corner, the child that's in the opposite corner hears me. Never mind does it keep everyone's blood pressure down, but the kids hear everything I say. And I just think that makes a world of difference.
Takes it down. I think that somebody is mean.
During group activities, students share the microphone, so every voice is heard, something the kids appreciate.
I think it's better with a microphone because some people can't talk that hard.
If when somebody talks like soft or something, they can't talk like loud, so they can use the microphone.
At Roosevelt Elementary, this technology is only currently in second grade classrooms thanks to a grant. But as the price of technology comes down, this tool may be coming to a classroom near you. For In the Know, I'm Mark Ray.
The district's greenhouses are revving up for the spring, and the work of horticulture students can improve your garden. We stopped by the greenhouse at Lewis and Clark High School, where students were prepping flowers and other plants. They were getting ready for the Valentine's Day sale and other plant sales down the road. The horticulture program gives them a chance to build lifelong skills.
It's pretty fun. It's like we watch them grow, and then we think, oh, we did this ourselves, and then we see people buy them.
I like nature, I just love plants, so I figured it might be fun to actually grow them and, you know, experience that whole thing, the whole process.
After the plants are grown, the schools hold sales, which are open to the public. The plants are the same quality, but much cheaper than you find at big box stores. So check in with your closest high school for the next sale. Students at Hough Elementary learned about Chinese culture, culminating with a celebration. Harney first grade teacher Lana Sato organized a Chinese New Year party. She and 3 other teachers turned their classrooms into mini Chinese restaurants. Miss Sato made 100 servings of our traditional Chinese noodle dish, and after the students figured out how to use chopsticks, they seemed to enjoy it.
What did you just eat?
Pasta from China.
What did you think of it?
Good. China noodles.
What do you
They're
think?
delicious.
Yeah?
They have a little bit of spice to me, but I don't care.
They followed up their noodles with fortune cookies, tangerines, and a small package of food to take home. The party came at the end of a week-long segment on Chinese culture. Students read books about China, found their Chinese zodiac sign, and worked on art projects. Miss Sato wanted to bring the culture of her family to the kids.
I believe my job is not to only challenge them academically and socially, but to bring in cultural and, how authentic could it be with a Chinese person, giving them that information.
The Foundation for Vancouver Public Schools provided a $500 grant to pay for the supplies. A number of parents also volunteered to help with the celebration. They are the people that keep this school district running. In our In the Know Snapshot, Elena Buller introduces us to a woman who works around the clock, making sure the kids of Hough Elementary have everything they need.
That's her job. She does everything.
Meet Barbara Hammond. Officially, she's the Hough Foundation Executive Director, but she wears many, many more hats than that. First grade teacher Nicole Knowlton named a few.
She runs the Hough Choir program and the drums and the Lunch Buddy program.
She's known by teachers and staff as the Hough Superstar.
She is fantastic, and whenever I need something for the students, she's on it.
And the list of what's needed goes on.
Gets volunteers to volunteer in our classroom. She has a clothes closet that has clothes and shoes in it.
Annette Kleppel, Hough's school psychologist, says Barb is a special kind of person.
Is she a little bit crazy?
She's a little bit nuts.
And Barb agrees.
I admit to being crazy, the crazy stuff, which is where the mantra comes in. Because when I feel myself getting crazy, I remember, do what I can.
She has that mantra posted on her wall. Want what you have.
Because if you slow down, you realize that you have what you need.
Do what you can.
Your personal best is the best you can do for your children.
And be who you are.
Being your authentic self will draw people like-minded to you and those that will help you with your work and your mission in life.
Barb's mission is to make things better for the kids of Hough.
Well, I love my job.
She does it by connecting people.
She's just really, really good at walking into downtown Vancouver businesses and basically explaining our school and what the vision is for our school and getting everybody in the downtown community on board to be a part of our school.
Barb calls it connecting the dots.
Because that's one of my most exciting moments, is when I'm in the community and I'm talking to somebody and they tell me what they do and they would like to reach out. They're like, well, do you think there's any way that we could help? And all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah. And I'll give a story and they'll say, we can totally do this.
Of course, she says she can't do it alone.
Volunteers. It's volunteers.
It's that we, not me mentality that gets people in the community to want to help.
Those volunteers make it possible for me to be in all those places at one time, because we have so many programs, so many community organizations, partnerships with businesses, with the faith community. They make these things possible.
So she's good at what she does, and she's totally committed. But why does she do it?
What we're doing is great, and that's the reason we do it, just for the kids.
So I know that some people believe jobs are replaceable, but in terms of Barb Hammond, we can't replace her.
For In the Know, I'm Elena Buller.
Thanks, Elena. Another of Barbara Hammond's tasks is to help organize the Patty Hough Parade. The annual event winds down Main Street in Uptown Village every year around St. Patrick's Day. This year it's on March 16th, and like last year, we plan to be there. So keep your eyes peeled after the parade for our broadcast. If you know someone who deserves to be featured in our Snapshot segment, let us know. It can be a student, teacher, staff member, or volunteer who makes their school great. Our email address is intheknow@vansd.org. Tell us who you think deserves some recognition and why. We can't wait to hear from you. That just about does it for us. Remember, you can watch past episodes and other VPS television programming by going to our YouTube page. That's youtube.com/VanSDTV. For In the Know, I'm Chad Young.